RPG Tactician here, and welcome to our installment in the series that we have for Final Fantasy Tactics that goes over basic mechanics and strategies, party composition, and party theory crafting, and even a playthrough guide.
Hey everyone, RPG Tactician here. Welcome back to the channel. This is part 3 in our Final Fantasy Tactics series. This video series is designed to help you get a better understanding of the basic mechanics and strategies and tactics of Final Fantasy Tactics. So if this is your first video and you had not played before, or it's been a while, we do recommend you going back and watching the earlier installments of the series. This video will cover how to level up, gain experience in JP efficiently, and set yourself up for success for the rest of your gaming experience. Great, so in our last video we went over party composition. So now that you've chosen your ideal party that you want to utilize, this is going to help guide you through how to get there, especially in the first chapter of the game when they're early on, and how to go ahead and efficiently level up and job level up your characters. First thing is to cover is actually how to gain EXP in Final Fantasy Tactics, since this is a tactical RPG, not a traditional RPG. So let's break that down. So characters gain experience after every successful action except defend and re-equip, unless they are KO'd by an enemy counterattack. You do not earn EXP for using a reaction ability, even if you do KO the attacking enemy. Every time you gain 100 experience points, it will advance your character's experience level by 1 and resets the experience count to 0. Fortunately, experience points do not carry over any excess experience, so even if you gain 22 experience and you have 98, you'll both attack and magic power and speed increase very slowly, so you definitely won't see these increase with every level gain, but you'll definitely see your HP and MP go up every time. And depending on what current job your character is when they level actually determines their stat growth. So for instance, if you're a knight, you'll gain more HP than compared to a black mage, but vice versa. If you're a black mage, you'll gain more MP. If you really want to be sweaty, there is a way to min-max in this game by utilizing a mechanic that allows you to level down, then level your characters up with certain jobs that emphasize the most gains on certain stats, but that is a conversation for another day and another video. One thing to note, stat growth in Final Fantasy Tactics is actually exponential. This means that the more HP you already have, the more you'll gain from a level up, and the same applies to other stats. The number of experience points that you earn is determined by the gap between your level and the target's level. So you'll earn 10 EXP for performing an action on a target that is the same level as you. Performing actions, which can be healing or attacking, on characters of a higher level than you will get you more experience and the gain is bigger. If the inverse is true and you attack or heal someone lower than you, you'll actually receive less experience. So with that being said, a good way to build up low-level characters is to have them heal or attack teammates who are much higher level. This is safe, won't get them countered attack, and if there's a big gap in the level, they'll gain more experience and level up more quickly. This is a great technique for characters, especially like Cloud, who will start at level 1 when typically most of your characters will probably be around level 40 at that time in the game. One cool extra tip is that if you KO an enemy, you'll gain a bonus 10 experience points. However, you KO the same enemy again, you don't gain that bonus, so unfortunately you cannot keep KOing and reviving the same enemy and getting that bonus. Two stats that will never increase with your level up are Brave and Faith, and as stated before, these stats are quite important throughout the game. In order to raise your Brave skill, you'll need to have an Orator use his Praise skill, which raises your bravery by 4, and you'll go ahead and cap out the character's bravery for that battle, and then your characters retain a certain percentage of boosted bravery per level, so it'll take several battles for you to go ahead and max that out, or just reach it to a level that is satisfactory to your needs. But the best way to do that is to utilize Ramza and have him use his ability called Steal that allows him to raise anyone's bravery by 5, and has a guaranteed 100% hit rate. Faith is raised in a similar way. You'll need to use the Preach skill, which is on the Order job. It'll raise it by only 4, so again, it takes quite some time to raise your Faith or to lower it if that is your desire. Just be warned, if you raise a character's permanent Faith level to 95 or higher, the character will experience a religious conversion and permanently quit the team. No, I am not joking. Fortunately for Brave, there is no max limit. However, if a character loses Brave and goes below a certain level, they may actually abandon the party as well. But don't worry, that level of Brave that causes abandonment is at 5, so I don't foresee anyone's Brave getting that low. Unless you are trying to maximize your treasure hunting ability, which you are doing, then make sure that you keep it above 5. Grinding in Mandala Plains is pretty much where I do most of my leveling up and JP up. So I strongly recommend before you start the battle at the Trade City of Dorder, which is the number 4 battle in the storyline order, you want to level up some jobs and some characters. The first thing you want to do is learn JP Up, the support skill that you learn from Squire on every single character, and also you need to learn Potion on all characters, which is from the Chemist. So fortunately, the potion only costs 30 JP, so every character will be able to learn that just from their starting JP points, but everyone will have to play one battle as a Squire to get the minimum amount of JP points for that. And I also recommend that you hit level 2 at least on each job, that way it unlocks the next tier of jobs. So level 2 Squire will unlock Knight, Archer, and Chemist. Level 2 will unlock White Mage and Black Mage. I also do recommend that you grind enough JP on your Squire while you're doing that battle to also get Move +1. Unless, of course, you plan on grinding Teleport or Move +2 before you begin progressing through the storyline. So the best strategy to quickly raise JP and XP is to take out every enemy but one, then afflict that remaining enemy with status conditions like slow, stop, speed break, etc. That way your characters get multiple turns before the last unit gets one turn. However, since you are here in the beginning of the game, those sort of skills will not currently be accessible, but that's okay, you can still make it work. Once you're able to unlock Time Mage and have Haste and Slow, and also unlock Monk, which can restore the caster's MP, theoretically you can go on infinitely by hasting your characters, slowing the enemies, and restoring the MP to those casters. But for now you're simply going to eliminate all enemy units and leave one alive, and then with your remaining units, so go ahead and alternate hitting each other with low damage attacks, and then using potions to restore HP, to grind JP and XP. As you can see right here, you can check during battle what your current JP is and how much JP you need to gain to get the skills you're trying to unlock or the jobs you're trying to unlock. So essentially you can ensure that you don't exit the battle prematurely before you hit your objective. And so I know potions cost gil. How do you get this gil when you just started the game out? Well, cool pro tip, check this out. So when you start your game, you start with a bunch of default items. You start with one of each. So go ahead and go to the shop and sell those and look how much gil you get back. So use that to buy a bunch of potions for 30 gil, and that is your golden ticket to leveling up and getting JP up very quickly at the start. I personally do about 90% of my grinding that you need for the game right here at the start, so I can kind of just cruise and have fun and go through it. I mean, and theoretically, you can actually unlock all classes right here, but for the most of the advanced ones, the gear won't be available until later chapters. So typically getting auto potion and teleport on everyone and calling it a day is a good strat, but again, that is not necessary by no means at all. At the very least, you'll want to go ahead and make sure that you unlock Black Mage and Knight and Archer and those sort of lower level classes, and make sure that everyone has the ability to use a potion and a few people can use Phoenix Down, and that your Black Mages can cast a few hard-hitting offensive spells, and you'll be good to get through the first chapter, no problem at all. One really cool mechanic is called Spillover JP, so essentially whenever you gain JP for a given job, any other active characters who are not KO'd will actually receive a 25% amount of the JP that you earned. And the coolest part is, even if a character hasn't unlocked a job, that character is still accumulating spillover, and once the job is unlocked, they will have a dragon horde of JP waiting for them to spend. This is super helpful to know when boosting a new character like Cloud, because you can have your other characters take actions on jobs that he needs to unlock. Another great tip for leveling and JPing up is utilizing Ramza's Tailwind spell. So essentially it gives 1 speed to any character or himself, and basically you can get someone up to max speed, they'll get multiple turns, and pretty much they'll begin power leveling. You can also spread it out uniformly through all your characters. If you have one enemy unit left, you'll begin to outpace and sort of outturn them and get more turns in a row. With the knowledge that you've gained from watching these videos, you are good to roll through Chapter 1, utilize and dominate with black magic and items, and go ahead and have fun. Be on the lookout for the next video in this series, which is going to be a playthrough guide for every single battle in the game. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe. This is RPG Tactician, and I'll see you all next time.